Up, dumpster family. Today we're gonna tell you a little story about how Gabe almost died.
I actually did almost die.
Take it away, Gabriel.
Hold on.
Oh, we hyped it up. You can't let us down, dude.
Sorry, someone else was actually asking me and I was typing in the story. Okay. So what happened was, we own a place down at Gulf Shores. Well,
Golf shorts.
we also had a 23-foot red Donzi's center console. We were fishing an oil rig. We have a shepherd's hook. We were hooked up to it. We were fishing an oil rig about 12 miles offshore. Well, water was about 85 feet. It was I think it was 2 to 3 foot seas. It had about 1 to 2 second swell. Well, while we had been coming out there, it was really rough. So we figured what happened is a fitting on our live well actually popped off and left a big hole in the hull. Because I'll get to it later, but basically the boat was salvaged, and that's what the guy found. So we know that's what happened, but we're figuring it happened on the way out because everything was good when we left that thing.
Does your boat not have a pump out on it?
It has a bilge pump, yeah.
No, but like my boat, the live well has a pump out.
It does, yeah. It's just that's what popped off. I think something. It was some kind of hole in the live well, basically.
Like mine has a bilge pump. Oh, okay.
Sorry, my dad actually heard me telling this, and he said that what happened was the live well compartment is actually not connected to the bilge.
Yeah,
so when the hole got in the live well, the hole was just there. I mean, the live well just started filling up. And
yeah.
All right. So what happened was we were fishing this rig. Well, it was actually the best king fishing that we've ever seen. King mackerel. They were biting like crazy, man. But those fish bleed. It's gonna come into play a little bit later.
Yeah, I
we
know.
were catching those a lot.
I know where this is going.
There was blood all over the boat. Me and Dad had blood on our legs, especially Dad. I had a couple drops on my feet and all, but I mean, I wasn't like covered in it. Dad was like covered in it on his legs. And I guess that's what got the sharks to come, because my granddad was reeling in. My dad hooked into something big. He knew it was big, so let my granddad have it. And my granddad, because I mean, we just had drift lines out.
Yeah.
It wasn't like because the snapper weren't biting that day. We bottom fished for snapper, and the mackerel would get hit the drift lines. Granddad was reeling that fish in, and actually the fish was moving a lot, so it kind of got the lines all tangled up around the prop. So we all went to the back of the boat.
Oh, y'all popped a wheelie?
And about that time, a little bit of water starts coming in. It's not a lot, but my granddad said the fight got really, really hard, and then he thought it got off. He reels up half a fish.
Oh.
And I had seen, just prior to that, I thought this way had caught, so I was yelling, "What is that?" And it was this big, like, round blob just curled up over a wave, under a wave. You could barely see it. And it was a shark, and it took half the fish. It would have been one of the biggest bonita. It was the biggest bonita my dad had ever seen. If it had been whole. It wasn't whole. But basically, so we just basically ran a big chum slick through the water, and we know that there's sharks in there. We know that there's a shark that literally just swam right under our boat. We just ran a big chum slick through the water, and we're already covered in blood.
No. It sounds like it's perfect.
It's just a very what?
Sounds like the perfect way to safely swim, you know.
Oh yeah. This is the perfect preface to this story here. That's
perfect build up.
Just think, this is just the perfect build up to all this. Look at that, 12 miles offshore. Okay, luckily, I will say this. Lucky it was a very busy day that day. The
Yeah.
rig was packed. Everyone, we fished this big triple rig. We actually normally, we started to fish a single rig where there's nobody at.
Oh, okay.
That day we
That
went
would
to
have
triple rig.
sucked.
Yeah, there was a tender boat on the single rig. The tender boat brings the people in, so like, they do maintenance on the rig.
Old Gabriel wouldn't be out here if he had the old, he didn't fish that one rig.
If we were on that single rig, I might not be talking to you right now. But
Yeah.
we were on that triple rig. It was really busy. There was about 10 boats, and a boat had just pulled up right beside us. Because I remember, because I was actually thinking, wow, you couldn't get any closer, could you?
Yeah. I hate when people do that.
And yeah, it works out in the end.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of water coming in. I'm taking pictures of my granddad with the half fish.
Oh.
Pictures I really wish I had.
Some people just kicked me out. I wouldn't even do anything. I was literally obeying traffic laws and they kicked me out of the game.
Join my session. I only have a few people.
But yeah, you're taking pictures.
Taking pictures, and I noticed there's a little bit of water coming in.
Yeah.
Dad says, my granddad's name is Doug. Dad yells, Doug, took on a little bit of water. I got to run this water out and hook us, because we had the shepherd's hook on.
Yeah.
I walk up to the front boat because I'm going to do it, and then I realize I don't know how to do that.
Do you not have an automatic bilge pump?
We do.
Did that not kick on?
Running. The bilge was not kicking out water fast enough.
Oh, he must have had a big old hole then.
And when we walked to the back of the boat, the water shifted.
Oh.
And it was all at the back. And I tell you, man, when I say that water came in fast, it was about like a car wreck. It all happened so fast, like, seriously.
Well, imagine.
My granddad, I walked up to the front of that boat and tried to unhook us. And I walked back to the middle because I said, I'm going to get in the middle here to try to, like, just stay away from the back. I look at my dad. I look, like, just to give you a perspective of how fast this all happened. My dad's at the back of the boat trying to do whatever he can. He cranks the motor's underwater, we can't do anything. We're stuck. Dad says, Dad calls that boat beside us and says, guys, we're going in the water, come get us. And they looked at him like he was crazy. He said, guys, like he yelled at him, he said, guys, we're going in the water right now, come get us.
Wait, did y'all have the plug in?
We did have the plug-in, yeah.
Okay.
That's stupid. Of course we had the plug-in. Yeah.
I was just thinking though, y'all might have had water build up in the bottom, like in the hole, if the plug wasn't in.
We made sure there wasn't water in there.
Well, so it was the boat's fault.
It was the boat's fault, yeah.
That sucks. But anyways, he's yelling at the other boat.
He's yelling at the other boat because we're thinking that this thing's just gonna slowly drift into the water and never be heard from again.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how we think that's gonna go. We think it's gonna slowly disappear from under us. And Dad already had a plan. He was gonna get as much as he could get off because I mean, think about it. We had over $3,000 worth of fishing equipment on that boat.
Like rods and stuff. Did y'all have any graphs on it?
We had a big tackle bat. What?
Did y'all have any graphs on it? Like fish finders?
Yeah. we had our GPS. And we had a brand new marine radio we had just gotten. We got my dad for Father's Day.
Great.
We had, I think it was 8 rods. 8 of our best rods, mind you. Big bag of tackle. We had 2 new bags of cigar minnows. My dad had a brand new backpack cooler that we bought. Yeah. Big light at the front of the boat with fog lamp on.
Jeez.
Oh, my, just something to tell you here. I never take my glasses off. I have a nice pair of $200 Costas, the Zanes. They're really good glasses. I love them. It's the first pair of sunglasses I've ever worn, actually. I've never like consistently worn a lot. I never take them off when we're fishing. That day we happened to be in the shaded part of the rig. Never take them things off.
About to get shot down.
And laid them on the sun.
Oh.
Oh, let me finish though, because I want to tell you what happened first before I start getting into all that.
All right.
My dad's in ankle deep water. I'm looking back at him. He's starts grabbing rods. I look at my granddad. Granddad's at the front of the boat trying to unhook us. My granddad turns around, and my granddad just has I mean, look, my granddad's been in a lot of scary situations. He fought in Vietnam and stuff. It's just,
Oh,
dude,
the Nom granddad.
that's the most terrified I've ever seen him. Like,
Oh.
ever. And he just had this terrified look on his face.
Keep in mind, they've been having sharks everywhere.
Yeah,
they're covered in blood.
Everywhere. I look back at my dad, and my dad is in waist deep water on the right side of the boat, and the boat starts tipping.
Oh my gosh.
Mason, think about this. I literally just think about how quick that had to happen.
Yeah.
I looked at my dad on the right side of me. Dad's in ankle deep water. I look at my granddad. Granddad looks at dad. Look back at dad. Dad's in waist deep water. That's how quickly the water came in. And everything starts going sideways.
Oh my gosh.
And it was pure instinct for me. I mean, you gotta think, we didn't even have time to grab life jackets. That's how quick it was. The life jackets were literally in a little cuddy cabin in the front of the boat. Right by my granddad. And he didn't even have time, none of us had time to even grab a life jacket.
That's crazy.
And the boat starts flipping, and I literally planted my foot. I had to jump off my right foot. I planted my foot flat down on the side of the center console. Jumped off that boat as it was capsizing. And I jumped in that water, man. That was when it started getting real scary.
You said you did a 10-foot broad jump.
I probably did do about a 10-foot broad jump. I'm serious. I mean, you gotta think, I was jumping for my life at that point. I mean, if that boat came down on top of me, I mean, shoot.
That's crazy.
That was kind of one of those, like, adrenaline rush things, you know? I mean, I probably couldn't do that again if I tried. I mean, I'm jumping off one foot. I actually pulled my calf. My calf hurt for a few days after that. I jumped off my right foot. My right calf was hurting. But I look down. I'm in that water. I went completely under the water. I'm looking down, and all I see is black.
Oh. What time was this?
Everything's just... This was 8 in the morning.
Okay.
Like 8, 9 in the morning. I looked down. Well, I mean, it was cloudy. It was a little bit cloudy, though. And we were in the shaded part of the rig. I looked down, all I see is black. Imagine that. You're in 85 foot of water.
Oh.
You know there's sharks in the water. And you just jumped off your boat. You're already shooken up.
Already covered in blood.
Yeah, you're covered in blood. And you look down, and all you see is pitch black.
Oh.
So I just started swimming because it's kind of funny. I've talked with my dad about what to do if that ever happened before. He told me, he said, you die, you jump off that boat, and you swim as far away as you can. So I started swimming, and I come up after I did a couple strokes, and I was by the boat, and he was picking us up, and my dad, of course, went into the dad boat. He was screaming at him, get my boy out of the water, get my boy out of the water. They pulled me out first, and I just like curled up in the front of the boat. I was like freaking out.
I couldn't imagine that.
And I realized, oh crap, my dad and my granddad are still in the water.
Yeah.
And I looked, and they were throwing my granddad a raft. Because my dad's actually...
How old's your granddad?
Pretty good swimmer. 72.
Oh.
He's still active though. He's not like an old 72. He's like kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But regardless, he crashed 2 helicopters. He was in 2 helicopter crashes in Vietnam, so he's kind of bad back. We were
I'd imagine.
Luckily, he was okay. Got him out of the water. Got my dad out of the water. Everyone was fine. But that boat. But the thing is, then I started thinking about the fact that our ditch bag was still attached to the center console. Our ditch bag had my phone, Dad's wallet, Dad's glasses, every personal item we owned, except for Dad's phone and my glasses, because no, his keys, not his glasses. My dad actually, it's actually kind of funny, had his glasses on top of his hat and kept them on the whole time. Don't know how he did that. But his keys in his wallet, and Dad's phone was actually in the top of the center console. It's completely at the bottom of the ocean. But, the boat actually had the life jacket on the bow, thinking because the bow was buoyant and the life jacket, the thing didn't sink. didn't sink automatic.
Usually, most boats now, they're filled with like, it's almost impossible to sink them unless you take like a big old strike to your hull, but they have foam in most of them now.
It was I mean, man, you gotta understand. Not many people sink a boat.
Yeah.
In the Gulf.
On the bright side, though, on the bright side, you just created the most like awesome, I don't know, like fishing brush pile you could imagine in the Gulf. You could be like, you could take your kids out there one day, be like, you see where we're catching all these fish at? Yeah, that's my boat down there.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm not done with the story yet.
Yeah.
Boat didn't sink. Boat still didn't sink after 24 hours.
Lame.
Boat floated over 8 miles back inshore. It was in the shipping channel at Mobile Bay.
You get a cargo ship just plows right into your boat.
Still not done. No, cargo ship never hit it as much as we wanted that. My dad gets a call from Community Police. Apparently, a Coast Guard diver had dove down under the boat to make sure everyone was okay and got her ditch bag back.
Oh, that's good.
So I have my fried phone, and luckily Dad did get his credit cards and his wallet and his ID all that back, and his keys. So that's a lot less hassle, but still. Luckily, a salvage guy went in and got the boat. Well, guess what? The boat was missing the tower, steering console, everything had been ripped off.
Oh my gosh.
So it was the current. The current just ripped it off.
That's insane.
Yeah. Story gets better. Okay, so we spent the entire day, Saturday, trying to find someone to go salvage the boat. Well, I'm tired and exhausted because I'm just completely mentally drained.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to cope with the bags that I was just in a shipwreck. I'm still trying to register that in my head because it happened so fast. I didn't have time to be scared. I didn't have time to do anything. I mean, it was literally 5 seconds from the time my dad said we're taking on too much water to hit the gas mask.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to like cope with all that, and I mean I'm sore and everything. I got a massive headache.
If my head looked like that, it'd hurt too.
Hold on one second.
Crap! I knew I was doing that. Oh.
No, I mean, sorry, my dad was saying something to me, but no, I mean, I had about the biggest headache you could get. I mean, it was very hard to cope with all that. I mean, I wasn't sleeping well. We finally get to leave Gulf Shores at 8.
Golf shorts?
At 8 that night, we left Gulf Shores.
Golf shorts?
2:30 in the morning, Dad said, we're hauling our pontoon boat back.
It was a pontoon?
2:30 in the morning, Dad said, yeah, no, that was...
Oh, I forgot, y'all have different boats. Yeah.
We have 2 boats. We have a pontoon. We had a center console. It's gone.
Did y'all get a claim on it?
We're about to. They're working everything out, trying to figure out what all we lost.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty soon. We're hauling that home, and Dad says this thing's riding a little rough. Yeah, we stopped at the service station. The front 2 tires on the trailer have been completely blown out.
That's just icing on the cake, ain't it?
Yeah. We're sitting there at 3 a.m. in the morning, putting new tires on our trailer. And we still try to drive, but man, we just couldn't. I mean, me and Dad were just so exhausted from all that. We had to stop and stay an extra night. We didn't sleep at Greenville, Alabama. 3 hours from home. And we're sitting there and we fall asleep finally, and then we have to wake back up and head home. And man, it was about the most exhausting, mentally and physically draining 48 hours of my entire life.
I will say though, you made one of the coolest stories I've ever heard now though.
Oh, I have one of the coolest. I probably have the coolest. I mean, You can tell me just about any fishing story, and I'd be like, yeah, I got better than that.
Yeah, you're like, you're that one guy at a party who keeps one-upping somebody. Be like, oh yeah,
You
I
can't talk
caught
fishing
a,
with me anymore.
I caught a 60-foot great white off of the coast of Australia. Oh yeah, I flipped my boat.
I flipped my boat in the Gulf of Mexico, and I lived. Stuck on that.
I think the whole fact of sharks around you though made it even better.
Shark infested waters, baby.
But yeah, that's crazy, dude.
It really is. I mean, it's just a story, I mean, that you can't really talk. I mean, dude, I mean, I'll just be honest with you, I could have very easily, like, I don't think many people understand how a place like actually could have came to dying that day.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
No,
If you were not around that boat, that would have been rough. You probably could have sat on top of your boat though.
well, we could have, but still, just with the way the seas were, I mean, there's no guarantees. I mean, the sharks in the
Yeah.
man, sharks have been acting crazy this year.
The question is,
they've been trying to steal people's snapper and stuff. What?
if even if you were at that other rig and your boat flipped over, how long would it have been for somebody to come by and find y'all?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
Did y'all have
mean,
like
that-
flares with y'all or something?
We did, but that was in the hull, in the boat.
I would honestly, if your boat capsized, it'd have an air pocket underneath it. You could probably go under and get that.
I know, but the problem was, you know, think this is 2 to 3 foot seas, and it's got a 1 second chop. So you got 2 to 3 foot waves just hammering you all the time.
Yeah.
If someone was swam under that boat, there's a very good chance they would have hit their knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
Thing is, it had just been stuck. And worse, we had our radio, we could have put out a mayday
Yeah.
all the way underwater, and the cord wouldn't have stretched to the air pocket.
Yeah.
We would have just been stranded there until a boat came.
That would have been. Oh. So, besides nearly dying, do anything else fun this week?
I think nearly dying kind of like.
I don't know. I feel like if your
Gates,
granddad
everything
told
else.
his helicopter crash stories, he could one up you, but like a helicopter crash in Vietnam sounds a little bit cooler
Yes.
though.
It's a lot cooler, but
But
I'm
you,
six,
yeah,
I'm
you're only
16 years
16.
old. I've been in a freaking boat shipwreck or whatever. I mean, seriously, dude, like, not a lot of people survive that, and I survived that, and that's. I mean, I'll tell that story to my kids all the time. And I'll tell them, you know, sonny boy.
You probably would have got rescued by
your
some
age.
Cubans or something trying to sneak into America. Their little life raft. Apan!
Apan! You come with us now. You come with us.
We go to America!
We got the freedom.
Oh. That's probably the best story I've heard in a while, though.
I mean, I could have died.
Yeah. But you didn't.
Don't care. I could have.
If you would have died, I would have called your Mustang. Then I would have sold it and bought you your Ghost, a little Camaro.
My ghost would have haunted you.
I would have like cut your foot off without your family knowing and cremated it and just keep your ashes in a Camaro just to make you mad.
And my ghost would have stayed with you and haunted you.
No, just the ghost of your foot.
Haunted your child. When you and Megan have little children, I would have haunted them.
It's like if on like the I know what it is on the 6th of June every year you can hear the stomping of Gabe's cremated foot.
The Camaro.
The Camaro will start, but no one will be there. Gabe's ghost foot will be revving the engine.
Buy me a Mustang.
He
Get me out
changes
of this slow vehicle.
every night. He puts 69 miles on the car. Oh.
Every night, exactly.
The dark of the moon on the 6th of June. Gabe's ghost haunts the Camaros.
Yes. 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 It's the best thing I've heard in a while.
Gabe's ghost foot. Wait, wasn't that do you remember Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Wasn't there like a severed foot?
I thought there was, yeah.
Ours was better though. We could totally make that a ghost movie.
Yeah.
Wait, what would we call what would we call it?
The foot. The foot.
That's too generic.
Just the foot. Dude, I just think it's so crazy. I'm like part of like a minority.
You're in the elite club of almost dying on a
I'm the
boat.
elite club of survivors of shipwrecks. Hey, all seriousness though, there's been a lot of people that put a boat in the Gulf and don't come back from it.
Yeah, the Gulf
Like,
is kind of sketchy.
It's common if you put a boat in the Gulf, you probably aren't coming back. Alright, ready to end our stream here?
Yeah, that'll put a cap on this great story of Gabe almost dying. Come back next time. Maybe I'll almost die. You never know, but fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
We're crossing up for anything at this point. I mean, I kind of want to have a near-death story, but I don't want to die. So if we can work something out, we'll be good. Well, see y'all next time then.